Hello there fellow humans, I'm Mastero, and welcome to today's video. I'll be starting a new video series based on the Warcraft 3 custom map, Warcraft Legacies. In this series, I'll be making faction guides, specifically early game faction guides, that will help you and show you the route that I take with these factions, as well as explaining to you your main objective and providing you with some tips. In today's faction guide for Warcraft Legacies, we will talk about the Black Empire faction, one of the strongest factions early game. In a nutshell, you start off in Ny'alotha, a place that locks you away from Azeroth, or the map, and so you're going to open 3 portals, and after you open these 3 portals, you will have permanent access to Azeroth, and you can start invading the world, and assist your allies to achieve victory. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Anyways, this is what I'll be showing you in this video, specifically this mission, and provide you with some tips afterwards. This video series will only cover up your early game, which is mostly what you always want to learn in any macro map when trying a new faction, as what comes after that is purely strategy and macro skills. Opening these portals should take you about 10 to 11 minutes. And if you don't finish them by that minute mark, that means you didn't watch this video or you didn't really do your research or read up ahead on what you should do before trying this faction, and most likely your team will lose. Warcraft Legacies is a really fun macro map, however, in most cases you will have to rely on your teammates and teamworking, which means your allies have to be good, and so that is what I aim to achieve with these videos. Better players and more fun matches. As Black Empire, you will be calling the shots, and you will lead your team, due to the fact that your base has those portals, and so you should tell your team which continent you would like to focus on. Therefore, your teams, that being Cthulhu and Twilight, after they get their armies and objectives done in the early game, you should tell them to move their main base to Ny'alotha, and so all of you 3 will then decide will it be Eastern Kingdoms that you will conquer, or will it be Kalimdor? Either way, one of your teammates will have to abandon their main base, Cthulhu being Anchorage or Twilight Highlands for Twilight. Often people go to Kalimdor, to Cthulhu. However, I personally started to like the Twilight focus more, due to the fact that there is little to no competition in that area, if of course Alliance is busy with Scourge and Legion, and South Alliance busy with Felhorde. This is what really makes Old God's team really powerful and annoying. They can always steal the victory from either continent. And just imagine if you gained your 4th ally, that being Ajara if Illidari goes that path. Your team will most likely win if everyone, of course, does their job. Anyways, I'll see you after you watch the first 11 minutes and I'll provide you with some tips.
Upgrade complete. What does the shadow will? This land, as the shadow let die. The restless dead await the shadow. This better be good. What does the shadow tremble before the storm? The restless dead await the dead shall serve.
Research completes the next choice.
The restless dead await.
Do call me.
What does the shadow? Each king, one talent. Dead shall serve. The restless dead await.
Your choice.
What does the shadow? What does the shadow will? Our forces are under attack. The restless What does the shadow? As the shadow As the shadow will, or the nation. What does the shadow will?
Yes, right away.
And so the tips that I'll be providing is what your unit's roster should consist of and how to do your other two objectives easily. Our unit roster, as you saw in the video, consists of 2 melee groups and 2 mage groups, as well as 1 group of flying units. Each has a reason. Our first group being General Vizax and those 11 Stygian Hulks will be your front line. We rushed those melee units since they have high damage and bash as you saw in the video. Your 2-end group will consist of your 2-end hero and your elites. Just please remember to use your elites abilities. They have reveal and AoE damage, as well as slow, which is useful against ranged units in battles. Pretty OP abilities, if you ask me. And so comes your mages, which will be your primary ranged units. It's not a mistake if you want to get 2 groups of each mages, so that means you will have 4 mage groups, as each of them is so useful and powerful due to their abilities. Like sorcerers have Devour Magic and Blizzard. You know, Devour Magic is really useful in any circumstances since most likely your enemy will have summoned units and you probably want to use Devour Magic on those summoned units. And then you also have Blizzard from sorcerers. You're going to be spamming that, you know, hard on during battles. And then you also have the other group of mages which have AoE silence. This is insane. You already can see how OP this faction is, you know? Last but not least, your flying units. These flying units on their own can literally kill any hero if they are not contested. And I mean it. Like, imagine this circumstance. You have druids losing to you, and then they're fleeing with Cenarius. And if Cenarius doesn't have any TP scrolls or anything to save him, those flying units on their own can kill him due to their slow effect. So you can just keep macroing and kill Cenarius with them. It always happens with me. And so we're going to move on to your 2 objectives, which is, spoiler alert, getting Yogg-Saron, your old god. And so you have a 3rd hero. Both of these objectives involves you CP sniping in Northrend. And if you're smart, you can just send a small group from your base and make them use the Northrend portal and just CP snipe the ones that you need for the objective. For first one is for Yogg-Saron, you have to go to Ajul-Nerub and just get those 2 CPs there, and then you have Yogg. As soon as you get Yogg, just please remember to teleport him away before, you know, his Scourge kills him off. And lastly, we have your last objective, which involves you getting your 3rd hero, and you only need to capture Dragonblight control point, assuming that all 3 dragons have been killed. Those 3 dragons are Oculus, which we killed in the video. You know, you always have to kill that dragon because it's literally there. Why not kill it? It drops you an item and gives you gold, and it's part of your objective. You have to kill it fast because trolls can kill it before you and steal the item. And then we have a 2nd dragon, which is Valstraz, which will most likely get killed by your Twilight ally since they have an objective beneath him. And lastly, the only dragon that you should actually worry about is Saragossa, since this dragon is in Northrend at the very west side, and I don't know why a lot of Scourge players don't creep this dragon. Maybe because they know that you gonna get this hero. So pretty smart of Scourge players if you ask me. But yeah, if Scourge doesn't kill this dragon, you're gonna be forced to bring an army there and kill it. And that will be it. If you want to be a pro Black Empire, try to challenge yourself and obtain Yogg as soon as you can. I've been trying to do this, but never been successful really. Remember to always have TB scrolls, whether it is the 100 cost one from your shop or the 300 one from goblin shops. You always need an escape route, you know. If you don't do this in any macro map, then I don't know what to tell you. You're probably doing something bad. And yeah, this is how you play Black Empire. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you found it to be helpful. And until next time, guys, see ya!